Hello everybody, Bruce Elgord here with a video overview of the Fall 2019 CTEC 122 HTML Fundamentals course. My name is Bruce Elgord and I've been teaching at Clark for almost 7 years now. Prior to that, I had my own company that sold social networking software, kind of like Facebook. I created an app called IdeaJam, which we sold to companies and governments around the world. I've also done some work for lynda.com, which is now owned by Microsoft. Prior to that, I worked for Underwriters Laboratories for, I think, 13 years, and Sharp Electronics for 12 years. I'm recognized by IBM as being an IBM champion, specifically in cloud and artificial intelligence. I'm a Microsoft certified professional with 15 industry certifications, and I am also recognized by Amazon as what they call a cloud ambassador for their AWS Educate program. I've taught all of these courses, I think there are 13 there, throughout my time at Clark. If you have any questions about any of those classes, just please let me know. And in this course, you will be learning how to develop web pages using HTML, hypertext markup language, and cascading style sheets, CSS, that are mobile responsive and accessible for all users. Okay? So just know that the web pages that we develop will be viewable on not only desktop computers, but as mobile devices as well. And we're not going to be there right out of the gate, but we'll get there throughout the course. The textbook for the course is this Murex HTML5 and CSS3 4th edition. It's available in the Clark bookstore, and there's the URL for you if you don't know the URL to the bookstore. And it's also available from other sellers online. In this course, we'll be using several tools to help you create and publish your web pages. The first is the code editor, and that's Microsoft's Visual Studio Code. The next two are what we call FTP clients, or File Transfer Protocol clients. WinSCP is going to be used on Windows computers, and FileZilla is going to be used for people using Macintosh computers. The fourth thing we're going to be using a lot is what we call the W3C, the World Wide Web Consortium, validation services. And that's going to make sure that the code that you're writing is actually valid. And let me say that while your page may look right, it may not be coded right, because browsers like Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Firefox, etc., are able to notice slight errors in web pages and render them like you intended them to be. So again, we're going to be using these W3C validation services. And for all of the above, especially the first three in Module 1, there are instructional videos in Module 1 that will show you how to properly install and configure those tools. Now, it's really important that you just don't install them on your own. I'd like for you to watch the videos and then make sure you have them configured the way that I asked you to. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a tour of the Canvas shell, as it's called. And mine's going to look a little bit different than yours, so just note that. So here we are in the course shell for CTEC 122, and you'll notice on the left-hand side we have a home link, an announcements link, a grades link, a link to the library, a link for modules, search. I don't know if a lot of you know about this, but in the upper right-hand corner here, if you take a look, there's now a search option, so you could search for things in this Canvas shell. You don't have to like hunt and peck through each of the items to find stuff. There's a link to student services and, of course, a link to the syllabus. You'll notice right off the bat that there is not a link to assignments. You are not going to see this. what I found in the past, just so you know, if I just give you assignments, everyone doesn't read the material and just goes for the assignment. So that's why I do it this way. Module 0, course resources. Okay, and anywhere where it says view, that means you have to at least view the item by clicking on it. Okay, this is going to contain just a lot of pertinent information about the course. It contains information about the textbook, the tutoring schedule, how to use Slack, how to install the various clients, some instructional videos, and a page on netiquette, how to communicate with me, and my preferred method, which is Slack. Let's see, configuring Canvas notification preferences. I find that a lot of people don't know how to do that correctly. For those of you who are enrolled in the in-person section of this class, again, for the fall, there's 2 sections using the same Canvas shell. So the online people are using the same exact material as the in-person section that meets. And then I have a page here with a lot of links to the tooling and other resources that we're going to use throughout the page. I highly recommend that you go through and bookmark some of those, all right? And in order to move between modules, you need to complete any of the things that say view or complete or score 100%. All right. So Module 1, Introduction to Accessibility, HTML, CSS, and your development environment. Each section, each module in all of my courses is formatted just this way. So we have an introduction to the module and everything that you need to do, and I'll just click on this one so you can see it. Okay. And you can see here I give you the titles of the various units that this module contains, any slide decks, any reading that you need to do, and this is for week 1. This is chapter 1 in the textbook. All right. So let me go back to the module view. And you can see here that I have Zoom meetings optional. I use a tool called Zoom, which allows me to have online meetings either as a group with multiple students or one-on-one with students who need help. I've used this hundreds of times throughout a quarter to help people. So I typically will schedule meetings, and during the first week I'm going to have a meeting on Saturday, July 28th. At 10 a.m. So if you want to join that meeting, right, all you're going to do is click on that link and you'll be able to join the meeting. If you need one-on-one help, just let me know. I'll fire up Zoom and I'll help you answer or address any problems that you're having. And then in the module, I have units, Unit 1, and then below each one, I have the things that you need to do, and it says read, watch. That means it has text and a video. This is a video only right here. And then Unit 2 with the things you need to do, all right? And they're short. They're not really long. And then Unit 4, modifying HTML, CSS. It's a tutorial. And I want you to do these things because coding is not something you can memorize. It's something that you have to do, and you have to do it over and over again, all right? So that's in Unit 4, and then Unit 5 is here, Unit 6 is here. And then every module, again, will have an assignments grouping. And I know it looks like a lot, right? But this one is introduce yourself on Slack, so you'll read through the instructions there. And then I need you to complete the web development environment configuration. This is installing the tooling that I spoke of earlier, and there's material in this module to show you how to do that. And then practice page assignment. This thing is not due this week, but I want you to go through these steps here. So when I open up the assignment submission for week 2, module 2, you'll be able to submit it. And then there is a short syllabus quiz here. It's required, and you have to score 100%. None of my quizzes are timed. None of my quizzes are timed. And what I allow you to do is you're allowed to start the quiz, go through it, close your browser, come back, get a cup of coffee, do what you need to do, and then come back to it. Canvas remembers your answers from when you left the page, left the quiz, and will allow you to continue. Only when you click on the submit button or save whatever it is on the quizzes, that's it, you're done. All right, so again, I don't have time quizzes. Okay, so what I would do if I were you is I would open them up at the beginning of the week, and I would just keep them open and go through them as you go through the material, so you'll know how to answer the questions, right? So there you go, no timed quizzes. All right. And each week a new module will open. You'll be able to proceed to that next module as long as you did all the things that were asked for here. All right. So that's it. Thanks for watching this video. And if you want a few extra credit points and you made it this far, send me a direct message on Slack, and I'll be sure to note those extra credit points in my gradebook. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I look forward to teaching you HTML and CSS to develop some pretty awesome web pages.